Hi, I'm back. I've just glued the last piece of my octagonal shape. It's been glued to the base of the bowl, so I've got all my tiers now. If you remember, I mentioned to you about I used two other pieces of timber from the same stock because some of it was slightly damaged. If you're a beginner, I would just plane that piece off, as I've been doing this for quite an amount of years now. I'm just going to turn the lathe down slightly slower just so that I can just chisel that off and then obviously speed it up for a finer cut. What I've done is I've prepared the base. I just ran this across my surface planer. I've taken the measurements of my face plate. As this is the bottom of my sink, I want this to be as flat as possible. I don't have to use a chuck to work with this. This is literally going to be my face plate that sits on here. Like I say, I did pre-drill some of the holes. So, 1 second. Now that we have this, just purely for balance, I just wanted it as central as possible. Now this is in. Pre-drilled the holes. Just if you're ever going to do a job like this, make sure that your screws aren't bigger than the base. Could cause a problem for water. But we've got a 45mm base and the screws are 30mm. But once I've taken the screws out after the project is finished, I'm going to turn myself a small amount of dowel rod just so that I can just drill out slightly more on where the screws were and tap in a dowel rod just for extra strength. Doesn't make any difference, that's just me.